One of the most difficult therapy sessions that I've had was this Argentinian psychologist, and he told me, in front of you is Marta. How old is she? And I said 12. He said to me, that girl is you today. Would you let all the things that have happened to you happen to that little girl? Probably the answer is no. So when the bad patterns, when the negative patterns turn up again, what do you do to correct?
So first, notice what happens when we do something that we're not proud of. We get frustrated with ourselves, or we get angry with ourselves. We're like, why can't you just be normal? Why am I like this? Why can't I just relax, just enjoy myself? When that happens, we have to recognize that our pattern is a normal response to the life that we have experienced. This is not a sign that you are broken. What you're doing right now is something that kept you alive in a different time. And whatever your answer was when you were 12 years old, that was your best answer at the time as a 12-year-old girl. But that pattern started showing up in all sorts of situations where it was no longer needed or relevant. That's when it starts to cause us pain. But when it does cause us pain, a huge part of loving ourselves is recognizing you are not broken. What you're doing right now absolutely makes sense in the context in which it was created. But it's not necessary today. And the kindest thing we can do to ourselves is say, hey, listen, the results you're getting today are not a reflection of your worth. They're just a reflection of your patterns. So the way to overcome beliefs about ourselves and what's possible for us in life is to be curious again. How could I start to play with my patterns? Because if I play with my patterns, I will create different results than I've gotten in the past.
So what I always tell my audience is that I feel that the main objective of the show is to help everybody rethink what they think and opening options to explore, as you just very rightfully said, of being curious and exploring what other options of being, thinking, reacting about myself, but about many other things in life are there, and what possibilities out there do I have, which maybe could make me happier, or in this case, made me love myself more.
And treat that just as an experiment. What happens if the next time I'm anxious because someone didn't text me back, instead of doing what I normally do, which is go cold on that person, what if I was able to call them and be a bit vulnerable? Like, what would happen? What happens if I do something 1% different than I would normally do? Let's see. You'll get a different result. Could be bad, it could be good, it could be somewhere in between, but different is the goal.
Different is the goal, exactly.